Chosen one. The angels are saying this clearly. Get ready for a spiritual separation you cannot control. Not fear, not confusion, but a deep inner shift where you start feeling like you are stepping outside your old self, without even trying. The angels are warning you, there will be moments where everything feels strangely distant. Your emotions go quiet. Your thoughts slow down. Your attachment to old pain begins to weaken, almost like it is being pulled out of you. And the angels say, this is not random. This is designed. The angels are saying, you are entering a phase where your spirit starts disconnecting from everything that was draining you. Old memories? Losing their power. Old emotional wounds? Losing their grip. Old versions of you? Starting to vanish silently. Yes, vanish. The angels are calling it a sudden disappearance of your old self. Not your body, but your burdened identity. And chosen one, listen carefully, because the angels are revealing something intense. You may suddenly feel like you are not fully here in your normal life. Like you are observing instead of reacting. Like you are present, but spiritually lifted above what used to control you. That is the out-of-body shift. Not escape, but elevation. The angels are saying, this is the moment where your awareness rises above your pain. Where you no longer live inside your wounds. You start watching them fade from above. And then it happens, suddenly. No warning. No slow process you can track. One day, the heaviness is just not there anymore. The anxiety that used to sit on your chest? Gone. The confusion that used to trap your mind? Silent. The emotional chaos that used to break you? Disappearing. The angels are saying this is what sudden disappearance truly means. Your old suffering losing access to you. But chosen one, here is the most powerful part. The angels are saying, do not panic when you feel detached. Do not fear when your inner world feels unfamiliar. Do not question when you feel like you are not the same person anymore. Because you are not breaking, you are breaking free. The angels are saying you are entering a state where your spirit no longer sits inside your past. It rises above it, observes it, outgrows it, and the old version of you cannot follow. That is why it feels like disappearance. Because what is leaving you was never meant to stay. And the angels are confirming this with power. You are not losing yourself. You are losing what was limiting you. You are not fading. You are ascending. And when this shift completes, even you will ask yourself, how did I change so fast? And the angels will answer, you didn't change suddenly. You finally released what was holding you for too long. Chosen one. They are saying, what is coming next will feel like a quiet reset inside your soul. Not loud, not dramatic, but extremely powerful in its effect. Because once the old weight disappears, there is space. And that space will not stay empty. The angels are saying, in that emptiness, clarity will enter. You will start noticing things you never noticed before. Patterns in your life. People's real intentions. Your own strength that was hidden under layers of pain. And the angels are warning you gently. This clarity may feel strange at first, because you are not used to seeing life without emotional distortion. But do not fear it. This is your vision returning. The angels are saying, there will be a moment where you pause and realize you no longer react the same way. What used to hurt you will barely touch you. What used to confuse you will no longer pull you into chaos. And that is when you will understand. The shift is complete. The angels are calling this stage the silent rebirth. Because nothing outside may look different at first, but everything inside you has changed. They are saying, chosen one, you will feel a new kind of distance from your old self. Not sadness, not regret, but a quiet recognition that you cannot go back to who you were before. And you are not supposed to. The angels are reminding you, this transformation was never meant to be comfortable. It was meant to be freeing. That is why it feels like disappearance, because the parts of you that suffered in silence are no longer carrying your identity. Now listen closely. The angels are saying a new energy is forming around you. A stronger awareness, a calmer mind, a deeper stability that cannot be easily shaken anymore. And even when life tries to pull you back into old emotions, something inside you will not respond the same way. That is your elevation. The angels are saying, chosen one, do not underestimate this phase. Because while it feels like detachment, it is actually protection. You are being pulled away from what drains you, so you can finally align with what strengthens you. And the angels are finishing their message with this truth: what you are calling a sudden shift, heaven is calling a necessary awakening. What you are calling disappearance is actually removal of everything that was never meant for your future. And what you are stepping into is a version of you that cannot be broken the way you were before. The angels are with you, and they are saying clearly, this is not the end of who you were. This is the beginning of who you were always meant to become. A strange calm. Not the calm that comes from everything being perfect, but the calm that comes from nothing having power over you anymore. The angels are saying you will start noticing it in small moments first. Situations that used to shake you won't move you the same way. Words that used to break your spirit will sound distant. People who used to control your emotions will feel like they no longer have access to you. And this is not coincidence. This is spiritual withdrawal from your old life. The angels are saying, chosen one, you are entering a state where your energy no longer reacts on command. You are no longer emotionally available to everything that once drained you. And that is where your real strength begins. Because silence inside you will start getting louder than chaos outside you. The angels are saying, pay attention to this moment, because you may feel like you are floating above your normal reactions. Like your spirit is no longer fully pulled into stress, fear, or confusion. That is the out-of-body awareness they spoke of. Not leaving your life, but no longer being trapped inside it. And then the angels reveal something powerful. People from your past may no longer feel the same connection to you. Not because you changed your personality, but because your energy shifted. You are no longer aligned with what you used to tolerate. And that shift alone is enough to create distance without explanation. The angels are saying, chosen one, this is why it feels like sudden disappearance. Because what once had access to your emotions is now losing that access completely. But listen closely, this is not isolation. This is separation for elevation. The angels are saying, you are being prepared for a new level of clarity where confusion cannot follow you. Where emotional chaos cannot enter you. Where old cycles cannot repeat themselves in the same way again. And this is the hidden gift inside it all. You are becoming unshakable. Not because life stopped testing you, but because your spirit stopped breaking the same way. The angels are saying, there will be a moment soon where you look back at your old self and feel distant from it. Like a chapter that no longer belongs to you. And in that moment, you will understand, nothing was taken from you. Everything unnecessary was removed. The angels are ending their message with this truth, chosen one. What feels like you disappearing from your old life is actually your spirit finally arriving in your real one. And once you fully step into it, you will never return to who you were before. Because that version of you was only preparing you for the one that is waking up now. They are saying, this is the final phase of separation. Not from the world, but from everything that used to control your inner peace. The angels are warning you gently. You may feel a strange sense of stillness coming over your life. Where things that once felt urgent no longer feel urgent. Where emotional reactions begin to slow down. Where even chaos feels distant, like it is happening far away from you. And the angels are saying, this is not emptiness. This is detachment of protection. Chosen one. The angels are revealing something powerful. You are no longer inside the storm the same way. You are beginning to stand outside of it. That is why it feels like you are not reacting like before. That is why your emotions feel lighter, quieter, almost suspended. Because your spirit is learning a new position, above the pain, not inside it. And the angels are saying, this is where your perception changes forever. You will start seeing things clearly that used to confuse you. People's intentions will feel obvious. Situations will make sense without effort. And what once felt like emotional chaos will start looking like lessons you already completed. The angels are saying, chosen one, this is the moment your awareness expands beyond your past. And here is what will shock you. There will come a point where you realize you are no longer emotionally tied to what once defined your suffering. And you will ask yourself, how did I become this calm? And the angels will answer, you stepped outside of what was breaking you. The angels are saying, do not be surprised if certain connections fade naturally. Not through conflict, not through drama, but through silent separation. Because when your energy rises, what cannot rise with you falls away quietly. That is the law of elevation. The angels are saying, this is why it feels like sudden disappearance. Because the old emotional version of you is no longer active in the same way. And now, Something new is forming. A stronger presence. A quieter mind. A deeper stability that does not depend on external conditions. The angels are saying, chosen one, this is your real transformation. You're becoming unreachable to what used to hurt you. And once that happens, your life will not feel the same again. Because you will no longer live from reaction. You will live from awareness. You will no longer be pulled by emotion. You will be guided by clarity. And the angels are ending this message with a final truth. What felt like you fading away was actually you stepping into your real self. And now that you have seen it, you cannot unsee it. The old version of you is gone. And what remains is the one who was always meant to rise. Not in a scary way, but in a divine way. Because once your spirit crosses this threshold, you don't go back to the old patterns, the old emotions, or the old level of awareness. The angels are saying, you will start noticing something unusual. Situations that once triggered you will now feel silent. Arguments that once pulled you in will now feel distant. Emotional chaos that once consumed you will now feel like it's happening in another world. And the angels are saying, this is not emotional numbness. This is spiritual upgrade. Chosen one, the angels are revealing something deeper. Your inner system is being recalibrated. What used to drain you can no longer find entry. What used to confuse you can no longer take root. What used to break your peace is no longer compatible with your frequency. That is why it feels like separation, because your old emotional world is no longer matching your current spirit. And the angels are saying, this is the true meaning of out-of-body experience in this message. You are no longer fully living inside your old emotional reactions. You are beginning to observe life from a higher awareness, like your spirit has stepped slightly above your previous self. And from that height, everything looks different. Clearer. Simpler. Lighter. The angels are saying, chosen one, this is where sudden disappearance becomes obvious. Because the parts of you that used to suffer in silence are no longer leading your experience. They are fading out, not because you lost something, but because you outgrew it. And here is the turning point. The angels are saying there will come a moment where you realize you are no longer chasing closure, no longer replaying pain, no longer emotionally attached to what confused you. And in that moment, something inside you will feel complete. Not because everything is solved outside, but because something inside you finally stopped reacting. The angels are saying, this is your hidden breakthrough. And they want you to understand this clearly. You are not becoming empty. You are becoming free. You are not disconnecting from life. You are disconnecting from suffering. And that is why it feels so unfamiliar. Because freedom always feels strange at first when you are used to emotional weight. The angels are saying, chosen one, do not try to hold on to the old version of yourself. Because it cannot survive in the space you are entering. What is leaving you is not your identity, it is your limitation. And what is arriving is not confusion, it is clarity that cannot be reversed. The angels are finishing their message now with absolute certainty. This is not a temporary shift. This is a permanent elevation. And once you fully step into it, you will realize something life-changing. You are never falling apart. You are always being pulled upward. Chosen one, they are saying after this stage, your life will begin to feel different in ways you can't easily explain. Not because the outside world changed overnight, but because you did. The angels are saying you will notice it in quiet moments first. Sitting alone and realizing your mind is no longer heavy. Walking through your day and realizing you are not carrying what you used to carry. Hearing old memories and feeling no emotional pull toward them anymore. And the angels are saying, this is the final sign of separation. Because what used to define your emotional reactions is no longer active inside you. The angels are calling this the final detachment layer, where your spirit stops returning to old pain for comfort, for answers, or for identity. And chosen one, this is where something powerful happens. You stop being influenced by your past. Not forgetting it, but rising above it. The angels are saying, this is why it may feel like disappearance. Because the emotional version of you that used to respond to everything is no longer leading your experience. That version is fading out, permanently. And in its place, a new awareness is forming. A quieter mind that doesn't panic easily. A stronger spirit that doesn't collapse under pressure. A deeper presence that stays grounded even when life shifts. The angels are saying, this is not something you forced. This is something you were guided into. And now it is stabilizing inside you. Chosen one, listen closely, because the angels are revealing the truth behind everything you felt, the distance you felt from people, the emotional detachment, the sudden silence inside your thoughts. It was never loss. It was alignment, because your spirit could not carry your old weight into your next level. And now that weight is gone, there is space for something new to enter. The angels are saying, do not rush to fill that space with old emotions again. Do not return to what you were being removed from, because what is coming next requires a clear vessel. And here is the final shift. You will begin to feel a new kind of confidence that is not loud, not emotional, not reactive, but steady. A confidence that comes from within your soul, not your circumstances. And that is how you will know the transformation is complete. The angels are saying, chosen one, this is your final message. You were never meant to stay who you were in your pain. You were meant to pass through it and rise beyond it. And now that you are here, there is no going back. Only forward. Only higher. Only you, becoming who you were always meant to be.